Okay, so writing expressions. When we're talking about writing expressions, there are a lot of different words that you can use for each operation. So we're going to go through kind of those. So for addition, we think of more than, increased by, altogether, sum, gain, total, in all, greater than, combined. These are all words you could use when you're writing an equation for addition. For subtraction, you can use fewer, difference, loss, decreased by, less than, multiplication, we have product, times, each, per, twice, division, there's quotient, divided by, split, half, share equally, and then equals, so you have to put words for that part of the equation as well. You have is or same. Okay. So these are all words that you can use when you're writing equations to kind of tell whoever's reading the expression what the operation needs to be. So when you're writing it, verbal statements can be translated to algebraic expressions. So algebraic expressions is what we saw yesterday with like the distributive property with those variables there. So it's like deciphering a secret message or translating from one language to another. I had kids tell me often that when I talk about math, it sounds like I'm speaking another language. Well, I kind of am. I'm talking about algebraic things, right? So an expression is a mathematical phrase that contains numbers, variables, and operations, and it does not contain an equal sign. Okay, if it has an equal sign, it's an equation, not an expression. Okay, so the parts of an expression are going to be right here. So we have that 4 is what we call a coefficient. The number that's right in front of the variable is called a coefficient. Then the letter is your variable, and it can be pretty much any letter. So combined, those two things are your term. Then you have your operation, which is what's being done. And then that number out to the side is the constant because it's not affected by the variable and doesn't really affect the variable. And then the whole thing is called an expression. So we're going to practice first just writing an expression for the verbal expression. We're going to write the algebraic. So 8 more than a number. And again, your variable could be anything. Since it's a number, I'm just going to put n. So 8 more than tells me it's addition. So it would be n plus 8. the difference between a number and 5. Difference tells me subtraction, so n minus 5. 19 added to a number. Well, that one's pretty clear. Added n plus 19. Okay, so when you're turning a verbal expression into an algebraic expression, it's just paying attention to the words there so you know which operation they're talking about. Make sure you're paying attention for order as well. Okay, next page. 6 less than n. Okay, less than tells me subtraction, and it's less than n, so it's not going to be 6 minus n. Order matters with subtraction, right? It's less than n, so I would do n minus 6. The difference of 10 and q, so it would be 10 minus q. Okay, so all of these are addition and subtraction, obviously. 19 added to j, so j plus 19. 14 increased by b, so the order there is different. 14 is what's being added to, so it's 14 plus b. K less 7, so when it's less than something, you're going to take the variable, or take whatever is being less than as the part of the subtraction. When it's just k less 7, this is just simply translated to k minus 7. 12 less than p would be p minus 12. Okay, that less than versus less is a big distinction. The sum of g and 11, so sum is our word there, g plus 11. Okay, you're going to do 11 on your own in the Google form. All right, multiplication is written side by side with the coefficient in front of the variable okay, so like this. The product of 9 and n would be just 9n. 9 times 12, or q times 12, sorry, that's a q, would be 12q. Twice a number, n is 2 times n. Okay, you will do that one on your own in the Google form. All right, with division, you have to determine which number is the divisor and which is the dividend. Order matters, just like with subtraction. So k divided by 10, you write it usually as a fraction. So you would write k over 10, because k is being divided by 10. The quotient of x and 6. So quotient is the answer, right? So x and 6, so x divided by 6. 9 divided by c, so I would have 9 on top and c on bottom. Okay, so again, order matters there. Do that one on your own in the Google form. Then we have equations. So those are all expressions. They don't have an equal sign. An equation shows that one expression is equal to another expression, and it does contain that equal sign. So like 4 times w is 18. So 4w equals 18. That is means equal. 1/3 the sum of 11 and p. That one is just an expression, okay? It doesn't have the word is, it doesn't have the word equals. Nothing there tells me that there should be an equal sign, right? So 1/3 times the sum of 11 and p. When you're taking a fraction of something, you're multiplying that fraction by what it is. So 1/3 the sum means I'm multiplying 1/3 by those two things. The product of r and 9 is 45. So 9r equals 45. The quotient of s and 8. So no is, no equals, nothing like that. So I'm just writing an expression for the quotient of s and 8. So s divided by 8. Okay. N divided by 7, just an expression. 14 is half of g. So 14 equals, and then half of g means 1/2 times g. Okay, and you will do 6 and 8 in the Google form. All right.